For the new year, let's go through the UCAS key dates for the new year of 2026. And hopefully by going through all of this information, you'll have quite a kind of calm approach to your university applications. So the first date that's really important to know is the 14th of January 2026 at 6 p.m. and that is the equal consideration deadline. That is where the universities are promising, as long as you get your UCAS to them by the 14th of January at 6 p.m, they will consider you equally to people who submitted in September, October, November, December. Now I know students are like, how the hell does that work? It works because universities give more offers than they have because they know not everyone's going to take up their offer. But trust me, trust them, trust this, by the 14th of January, you will have equal consideration. After that point, while you still can submit a UCAS, you don't have that same equality of opportunity, but you will still get a place at university if you want it. Anyway, enough of that. 26th of February is your next key date. That is when UCAS Extra opens. Now, UCAS Extra is a new thing, or a relatively new thing, created mainly for medical or healthcare students who are applying to super selective courses and often don't actually end up with any offers. So UCAS Extra was opened for people who didn't have any offers by this point in the year to then, at one at a time, add a new choice. But now it's open to anyone. So if by the 26th of February you don't have any offers or you don't like any of your offers, you can put yourself through UCAS Extra. Unlike the main UCAS, you can't add 5 in one go. You choose one course at a time to go through, and you'll go through that cycle of waiting and getting an acceptance or rejection or whatever. But the 26th of Feb is UCAS Extra opening. So don't fear if you don't get any offers, you're good. Then the 6th of May is a really important date for everyone to remember if you've received all of your offers by the 31st of March. So if you have all 5 of your offers right now, I'm recording this in January, or indeed if you get all your 5 offers by the 31st of March, you must make your decision as to what is going to be your firm and what's going to be your insurance by the 6th of May. Your firm is your is your aspirational, the one you really want to go to, and your insurance is a bad day scenario so that you know you've got a place if your A-levels or exams don't go to plan. But you have until the 6th of May. So remember, January, February, March, April, you do not need to be making any decisions. And actually, I would really say and really petition you all to not make any firm or insurance decisions until A, you've spoken to someone, a member of staff at your school, to me, to whoever, and B, if possible, till you've visited those universities. But it shows you've got a lot of time here. Please don't feel pressured to make those choices. Your focus has to always be your exams if you don't have those results. Anyway, 6th of May. The 13th of May is the university deadline that they have to let you know by if you've submitted your application by the 14th of January. If you submit after the 14th of January, that deadline doesn't hold tight. But if you submit by the 14th of January, every university has to commit to letting you know what their decision is by the 13th of May. Now, this is a lot earlier than it was last year because UCAS have brought the 14th of January a lot earlier. Normally, students had up until the end of January to submit their UCAS. This year, 14th of Jan, so you get to know earlier what the universities are going to say, whether they're going to accept you or reject you. If you receive all your offers or rejections by the 13th of May, then you have an extended deadline of the 3rd of June for making your decision as to whether you want your firm or your insurance options to be. But if you've heard by the 31st of March, you have to choose that 6th of May deadline. So slightly different deadlines as to when you hear about about all your offers. But just being clear, I'll do a separate video on that, but hopefully we get it. Students have up until the 30th of June to make a UCAS before you automatically go through clearing. So if you miss that 14th of January deadline, that's totally fine. You can still apply to university, you can still submit your UCAS form right up until the 30th of June. And then after that point, you will be you can still do all those things, but you will automatically be entered into clearing. But up until the 30th of June, you can make your choices and have those sorts of choices and applications sent individually to each university. The 1st of July is when you have the final day of UCAS Extra, where you keep adding one more choice at a time. And then the 2nd of July is when clearing opens. I've done loads of content on clearing. I will do loads of content on clearing. I promise you it's not as stressful or worrying or difficult as people seem to think it is. But from the 2nd of July, you can either put yourself through clearing or you can go through clearing. And similarly to UCAS Extra, you kind of just go through one option at a time. Normally Normally you make contact over the phone and you see if you can get an offer in principle, and then you put yourself through clearing. But as I say, I'll do more on that, but do not worry, that is there for you. And then the 15th of July is the university deadline that they have to let you know as to whether they're going to accept or reject you if you submitted your UCAS application by the 1st of May. But you don't need to worry about that deadline if you submitted on the 14th, etc. But basically, UCAS have got deadlines not only for you guys, but also for universities. We're nearly at the end. The 22nd of July is where you have to make your decisions, your firm or your insurance, if you get all your offers by the 15th of July. So you'll have an extended deadline if you hear later as to whether you've got all your offers or not. Otherwise, you'll have to choose earlier. The 24th of September is the final date to submit a 2026 application. So thinking about this now, we're in January. There's a long time that you can submit your UCAS. Yeah, sure, you don't have equal consideration. So for super selective, highly competitive courses, that's not for you. But just look at that deadline. If you're on the fence about university, know that you've got a while to submit if you kind of change your mind. August is results day. I haven't put the particular results day because there are so many. There's A-level, there's BTEC, there's IB, there's Scottish qualifications, there's Irish qualifications, blah, 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 blah. But clearing the main clearing dates are attached to each of those results days, and they are sometime in August. And then finally, the 19th of October is the last day to go through clearing. So we are in January. That is a long time to go before you get to university. If you try to keep a note of these dates so you don't miss the key deadlines in terms of letting universities know, but don't also feel stressed that you have to let them know earlier than you do, because you've got time on your side. I hope that helps. Bye.